Hello learners, welcome to this module of Design and Development of Audio Resources. In this module, we will discuss about what are the important points of audio content for educational purposes, and we will also discuss what are the important consideration for developing audio. Basically, in this module, we will be discussing what are important components of audio which help in developing educational content. Along with that, we will see what things we have to consider while we develop an audio. So let's begin with. So first we will see how audio content is useful in teaching and learning. Audio content as educational content is very cost effective. You know, cost is very important factor in any educational program while delivering this. So if we develop audio content as a part of program, the cost incurred to develop that audio program is very less. Also, audio is very easy to use. You can see many people going with their headphones anywhere, anytime, at any place, and at your own speed you can use audio for learning purpose. Audio is very easy to produce, easy to store, transfer. It is very easy to reuse and reproduce. It requires very simple technology. You can see very simple instruments where you can use audio. Along with that, audio also facilitates anytime, anywhere learning. Basically, audio facilitates that you can learn anywhere, at any time, at your own place, space and time. Audio content is very good for non-readers and differentially abled audience. Many people, they have different learning styles. Some readers may not prefer reading through books. So audio content will be very useful for those persons, those students, those learners who are non-readers or those who prefer audio rather than reading. Apart from that, if people are differentially able and they have any visionary problem, they can learn through audio content. Now, along with these things, audio as a content delivery method helps in providing detailed and in-depth knowledge. It makes teaching learning process very effective by engaging the learners. Audio, it creates a productive learning environment by motivating the learners as well as teacher. Some other benefits of podcast in education are round-the-clock availability of podcast. Audio as a podcast is easy to listen rather than reading for a long time. Podcast can create student communities. Podcast as a audio content, it is very easy to revise your content. You can listen once, twice, thrice at your own speed and at your own place. You can also catch up missed classes. If you have recorded classes with you, you can anytime, anywhere, you can refer to those missed classes through audio content. Audio content as a podcast is very excellent learning tool for visually impaired students. Podcasts can create teaching learning communities and these are very helpful in exploring new territories. Now let us see where or in which domain or in which type of educational programs we can use audio as a teaching learning method. In language teaching, these audio content can be very helpful. Audio is very useful in teaching language as well as communication skills. Audio are very effective if you want to show any interview, if you have any discussion or any lecture, speech, any poem, storytelling, or if you want to tell about history or memories. In these fields, audio as a teaching learning method, audio as a program delivery method will be very useful. Now we will see how the audio has been used in any teaching learning method. we will see some practical examples or some practical scenarios where the audio has been used for teaching and learning. The very first example is a Gyan Dhara. Gyan Dhara is a web radio of Indira Gandhi National Open University. In this Gyan Dhara, the teachers come to the radio station and they teach their learners through radio. They have interactive session and they have planned timings where the learners come and they interact with their learners in the Gyan Dhara radio. And there are many other universities, many other education institutes, they are using audio in their teaching learning methods. Along with that, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting has also introduced community radio stations for various institutions. IGNOU has also developed one podcast platform, that is Freedom to Learn, where they are giving audio content to their learners. Along with this, there are many courses in Swayam where the course coordinators have used audio content as a supplementary content for their learners. Some program coordinators, they have also used audio in their teaching learning method and they have embedded their audio content in the e-books. Now, let us see what are the basic requirements if you want to use audio in your teaching learning method. The first and foremost requirement is that teachers and learners should be trained. If the teaching learning community is not trained in how to use audio in their teaching learning method, so the whole process of developing audio for teaching and learning will be failed. So the very important thing is that our teachers and learners should be trained. Institutions should be provided with proper facilities, proper infrastructure so that the audio production and audio delivery in the pedagogically form, they can be transformed to the learners. Technical infrastructure and human resource, that too trained human resource, is a very important requirement for using audio in teaching learning method. Teachers, if any teacher wants to use audio in their pedagogy, what they have to do? They have to plan before using audio video content. So planning is very important in developing audio and video content for their pedagogy. So let us see what type of planning is required for your content if you want to put that content as a audio product. So there are two types of planning. The first is pedagogical planning and then second is technological planning. In case of pedagogical planning, we generally use ADDIE model. A for analysis, D for design, D for development, I for implementation and E for evaluation. So basically, if you want to plan your audio content, how you want to put your audio content in your pedagogy, so your pedagogical planning involves analysis of the content, design of the content, development of the content, implementation of the content, and at the last, evaluation of the content. So what are the things we do in pedagogical planning? While pedagogical planning, you have to consider some important points. One of them is that you have to consider level of your learners. You have to see what is the level of your learners, whether the learner is of low level program or the learner of higher level program. Accordingly, you have to plan your content. You also need to see technological competency of the learners, whether learners are competent enough to use the audio content in their teaching learning method, how they learn, and whether they have all those technical requirements to use the audio as a learning material. Relevant pedagogy associated with the content and media. You also need to consider the compatibility of audio media with the educational content being delivered. You also need to see whether the relevant technology is available with the learners or not. Apart from that, it is very effective to see if the technology or that audio you are using in your methods is cost effective. Now let us see what are the stages in audio production. There are total 4 stages in audio production. First stage is instrument preparation, second is recording, that is capturing of audio, stage 3 is editing and mixing, and fourth is mastering. In stage 1, you basically prepare your instrument, you basically prepare your area of recording, how you want to record and where you want to develop your content. The stage 2 comes where you actually do the recording. You should make sure that all your instruments are of very good quality and your area where you are recording, it should be soundproof and it should have very good instruments for capturing the audio. In stage 3, it comes to editing and mixing, where you basically refine your audio content you have developed, you mix the audio content with other things, other audio, so as to make your audio content very effective. And the final stage is mastering, where basically you process your audio content as a final product to be given to your learners. Now, what are the recommendations for developing effective audio? So, some important recommendations are: you plan well in advance and prepare a detailed script. A detailed script is a very important component. If you have a very good script, very pedagogically sound script, your audio content will be very effective and it will take less time to produce your audio content. You should provide adequate training to the presenter, speaker and other technical staff. You should also maintain controlled, soundproof and silenced environment. It will give you a very good effect to your audio content. It will also help you during editing. If you have additional noise, external noise in your sound, it will take lot of time for you to complete the editing work of your audio content. You have to deploy high quality microphone so that the voice quality you have captured is of good quality. You should preset your input as well as output level. So what it means? It means when you are going for capturing an audio, you should see what is the optimized input level and what is the optimized output level, so that the audio content you are developing come out as a quality audio content. You have to maintain constant distance from the microphone. For this, you can use very good quality microphone stand, or you can use some other devices which makes constant distance from the microphone. You should also use very good quality editing software if you are editing your audio content. You should also consider the file size and file format requirement for your audio. This is very important consideration, because if you give your learners a file type which is not compatible with their device, your audio content will be of no use. You should test your output level with real audience so that your audience can effectively use your audio content. Now, what are the different audio formats? The final audio format can be delivered in different formats such as waveform audio, MPEG-1 format and Windows Media format. Basically, these are the 3 main formats in which audio is stored and delivered. Out of these 3, MP3 is most favorable and most compatible format, and this format is less in size as well as very easy to transfer from one device to other device. Along with this, MPEG format is compatible with almost all sort of devices. It can run in your mobile, it can run in your TV, it can run in your DVD or any other device you name. MPEG format is compatible with all. So preferably your sound format, your audio format should be in MPEG format. Now let us see how to develop audio ads. You can develop your audio content using mobile phones, or you can also use your computer or your laptop using any audio software, as well as you can also have specific audio recording devices for capturing the audio. So this completes our first module. Basically, in this module, what we have learned that what are the importance of audio content in teaching and learning, and how you develop an audio, and what are the core requirements for recording an audio content for teaching learning method. In the further module, we will see some audio editing software, and we will also learn how editing of your audio content can be done using those software. We will see how you can actually record your audio, how can you edit your recorded audio. Thank you.